Hey everybody, so today's video is going to be a little bit different because it's a writing vlog, but it's also a bit of like a creativity, quarantine-y kind of vlog. So some writing mixed in there, but it's not going to be like how my regular vlogs start out because as you can see, I'm making a cake. And by I mean Sarah, because whenever we're baking, it is just a Sarah endeavor because I am useless when it comes to baking. So Sarah's a really good baker, but she was baking a chocolate cake from my book, I think book 5 of the Fostered series. She recreated a birthday cake that Lonan and Harrison make for Reeve for her 19th birthday, which is kind of funny because I didn't put it in this video, I'll put it in another vlog. We actually made Reeve a birthday cake, and again by we I mean Sarah, made a birthday cake for Reeve on her birthday because that was April 13th. So it basically is another Reeve cake. So she got 2 cakes in the span of like 2 weeks. In the book, Lonan and Harrison make Reeve a purple birthday cake, which I'm sure doesn't look nearly as nice as this because Harrison is doing it, and Harrison, unlike Sarah, isn't good at making cake, but Lonan also doesn't contribute. Lonan wants to do it right, but I don't think he'd be like fantastic at baking, or maybe he would. Actually, I take it back. So Harrison is me and Lonan is Sarah. So Lonan's good at baking and actually can do things because he follows instructions and like reads instructions all the way through, and I'm Harrison who doesn't do that. That's the cake, and it was really good. It tasted really good. So now I am actually doing a manicure for my book. I'm doing mothwork nails. My favorite thing to do is like do my nails and listen to true crime. And so I thought I would do mothwork themed nails. So I did these before when I was at university, but I didn't have all my nail polishes. So they were like not as good because they were quite thick and gloopy. But this time around I like did a sponge design like the Effie Trinket nails in the Hunger Games. So if you want to know how to do that, there are so many tutorials on Effie Trinket nails, which is essentially just sponging on a gold nail polish over a navy blue and then a glitter, and it matches the color scheme of mothwork because I just felt like doing mothwork nails, and I actually really love the glitter. I never used to wear glitter. I'm kind of a notorious black nail polish kind of a gal, but lately I've been loving like colors and glitter and stuff. It's a lot of fun to look at. I think when I have longer nails, it looks really nice. This is like the very off moments when my nails actually looked good. The draft of The Sun Only Drowns Us to know where I'm at and where I need to continue, but that's what I'm doing right now. Hey everybody, it's quite late. I'm line editing Mothwork. I'm almost done the book. I'm at chapter 10, so I'm making progress. Hi guys, so it's been a while since I last updated, but I wanted to just do a quick update for you guys. I am going to be doing some writing with Sarah. We're going to do some writing sprints. I actually had an excellent writing day for The Sun Only Drowns Us about 2 days ago. I wrote 2,000 words in one day, which is a very rare occurrence for me. I don't really write that much in one day. I probably, if I write in one day, will get a few hundred words, but I was really happy with that. And I got a grasp on the story. However, the timelining kind of got really confusing for me. This is my first time writing first person past tense and past tense in general, and there's a lot. The past is very vast. So we're going to be working on some sprints together. So hopefully I can figure that out. I'm going to go reread what I wrote. Hopefully it's not garbage. Hi everybody, so it's quite late. It's almost 12 in the morning. but Sarah and I are finally going to do a writing sprint. It only took one mental breakdown, but we're here now. I'm spontaneously going to be working on a sequel to Mothwork. Even though I'm already working on 2 novels right now, why not, you know? So that's what I'm going to be doing. How long do you want the sprint to be? 20 minutes. So we're going to finish just before 11:30 or 12:30. Hi guys, so I've been writing all day, writing a new book, a new book. I'm drafting right now. I think at around 800 words this morning, and I'm now at 3,300 words. So drafting is happening quite frequently. It's quite late. I'm gonna go to bed. It's only 10:16, but I've been waking up early. That's the update for now. So this is how I'm writing, everybody. So the next thing I'm doing in this video is actually not writing related at all. I'm just taking some self-portraits. I guess it kind of is because some of these can count as author photos. So let's just say it's writing related. But I put that in this video just because this is kind of a random hodgepodge of a writing vlog and a doing everything else vlog. But this was me taking self-portraits for the first time ever. Fun fact, I'm not very good at being photographed, and by that I mean I just don't know how to pose, so I kind of pose a little bit awkwardly, and so this was a really fun experiment in actually seeing my face and knowing how to make myself look good, and I really like how these turned out. They were a lot of fun, and I did it in front of my blackout blind, but you can see some of me editing in Lightroom, and that's just me using a preset and then doing very minimal touch-ups to my face. I had 2 pimples on my cheek. I only got rid of them because they were gone the next day and I didn't want them haunting my photos forever. Not that there's anything wrong with acne. I used a preset that I made a while ago, and I have a lot of presets named after characters, things I like, friends that I've done shoots with. That is the photos. I liked how these turned out. I'll link the full photo set, though these are all of the photos you're seeing, but if you want to get a look at some of my favorites, again, after this video, I'll link that in the description. But this was a lot of fun to do as well. Hi everybody, how are you? It is April 8th and I wanted to do an update because I didn't really do too much today. I've had a really stressful day. Next week I have just a multiple choice exam next week, and I have an English take home that I'm just gonna do tomorrow. It's not due till the 10th, but I'm just gonna do it tomorrow. I did do some writing related stuff. Last night I finished a chapter of my new book. I didn't tell you guys, but I started a new book, which is Mothwork number 2. It is very unplanned. I'll talk about it at length sometime later, but it's just a sequel to Mothwork. I started it because I was just mentally not. During the day I'm fine, but then at night sometimes I just get really stressed because it's like a buildup. It's almost like you're sick. It kind of gets worse at night. I was a little bit stressed, and so I needed to start something that, like, I wanted to write, but I didn't want to write a book that I was taking seriously. I just wanted to write something for fun, and I was like, I really miss Mothwork, and so I just started writing it, and it's in Lonan's point of view to begin with, and I love being in his head, and I posted a writing update for the first chapter, which is called Bad Vegetarian, and yeah, so that's what's been going on with me writing related. I didn't get to draft anything today because I was working on school, but tomorrow after my exam, which I can do at any time, it really doesn't matter, but I'm going to do it early, I'm going to just have a great mental health day. Just take a break, man. I'm so tired. I get a headache every morning and every night at this point, which I know that means I'm not doing too hot. Like, I need to just take it easy. And so I hope that you guys have some support wherever you are. Hi everybody, so it's the next day. I think I'm going to go line edit Mothwork or just work on something. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning, so I'm gonna eat breakfast while I'm doing that, and then I'm gonna start my exam at 11 and then just finish the exam. I don't feel like worrying about it all day. Hopefully I can get something done. The birds are chirping and they sound really happy. Hi everybody, so I lied. I didn't do any writing in the morning like I said. I was a bad person and I just started my exam. So I started at about 10:20 and I just finished, and it's about 7:30. I took a few breaks in between. I was probably writing for about 2 hours longer than I should have, but if it was like an in-person exam, I would have written it in less than 3 hours, which was the allotted time, but that's over. And I also submitted my other assignment for this class that I hate, which means I'm free. For the most part, I have one exam next week, but it's for the class I hate. Now I get to write for like the next 7 days before that next stupid exam, and then after that I'm done my first year of university. I'm also going to submit to a whole bunch of literary magazines, so if I do that I will film it, because my short story Primary Organs that I wrote, I really need to submit it because I like it and I want it to get published. Hi everybody, so I just wanted to do a quick update. Yesterday, Sarah and I read our chapters to each other, so if you don't know, me and Sarah, since we were about 12 years old, would read any piece of our writing out loud to each other, like before we went to bed, and so that's the tradition, and so we did it again with these chapters. Since moving away to university, it was just not really feasible to do that, so, and also I didn't really write that much, so we haven't done that. Like, personally, I haven't read a chapter to her probably in like 8 months, so it was a lot of fun to read. So I just wanted to talk really quickly about why I'm writing 3 books at once. For some reason, when I got home for quarantine, I literally got a book idea, and now I'm writing 3 books at once. So after I finished Mothwork, my plan was to work on Houses with Teeth, which I've been working on since about this time last year, just sort of thinking about it and planning it and stuff. And so I didn't really think I was going to be working on anything else, but working on Houses with Teeth kind of naturally stresses me out a little bit, just because I don't really know what I'm doing. It's kind of difficult with that book, and that's just a whole other topic. So then when I got home, I got this very random book idea for this novel called The Sun Only Drowns Us, which I think I mentioned before. It has been absolutely wild coming up with the plot for that and drafting it. I'm just about, I think, 3,000 words into the draft. So now I'm working on Houses with Teeth and The Sun Only Drowns Us, and then I realized I really, really miss having a dumb project, and that doesn't mean it's bad quality or anything. I just miss having a project where I don't have to worry about the plot, about the writing being okay, and like, I never should worry about that, but I'm not at that level where I can be drafting a book that I want to be good and be okay with drafting it badly, and I'm still working on that. I always sort of like to have another project on the side that can just be like a for fun project, not only so I can go there when I'm not feeling like writing well, but also when I'm tired but I want to be writing. When I'm tired, my brain is not going to work well enough to be drafting like a literary fiction novel, and I can do that quite quickly with, who can guess it? It was Mothwork. That is what gave me the quick sort of gratification of like, oh, I can write this like at 1 o'clock in the morning and it doesn't really matter. I can write a chapter in like 2 days if I want it. Sarah and I were kind of joking about writing a sequel to Mothwork, and the last few days she was like kind of peer pressuring me into doing it. 2 days ago or so, 2 or 3 days ago, I randomly started Mothwork 2, which is not the plan. Am I starting another series within the Fostered series, which is already 7 books long? That's the book that I was writing. Just the last few days has been really nice. And so I wrote chapter 1, which is called Bad Vegetarian. I'll link the writing update to it if you want to read some of it. We are in Lonan's head to begin with, and he is sort of at the dealing with the tail ends of this relationship that's sort of falling apart between him and Eliza, who was in Mothwork. If any of you remember her, she's a little bit weird. The book sort of starts there, and I had already had ideas to write some sort of spin-off material with Lonan and Eliza, just because I think it's kind of, they have an interesting dynamic, and I'm really excited to be writing in his head. I love his voice. I think I've been writing with Lonan in this very sticky spot for like the last few years. Actually, he's not been mentally doing very well, kind of very angry person. So when I was writing with him for Bad Vegetarian, I was really surprised, because I think he shed some of that. I think in many ways he's sort of gotten a little bit better, which is a bit exciting to me because it's been many years, and I know he's fictional, but I've been used to writing him in this very particular way. He's a little bit brooding, and he's been that way for a while, but I think I've mentioned this, but it's really special to me when Lonan gets pretty vulnerable, because I think that's kind of who he is as a person. He's kind of sensitive, he doesn't very talk very much, and I think that's kind of where we're at. I was thinking just recently, I was writing a scene, I think yesterday or the day before, with Lonan. He's driving on the highway and he's looking at this neighborhood, and I was like, oh my god, this is like what it's like to be outside. I think I'm just living vicariously through fiction right now. I have 3 different projects right now that are serving 3 different purposes. So if I put it on a timeline, Mothwork 2, which is right here, is just my for funsies project. It's just something that I take seriously. Like, I want to write it well, because I like writing everything I write well, but it's for fun, it's guilty pleasures, it's things that I really like in my fiction that aren't necessarily in literary fiction, so I put that here. And then Houses with Teeth, I don't really write very frequently, to be honest, but that serves a different purpose. It's kind of the bridge between the next book, where it has some nicer prose, but I'm still trying to find my footing on what kind of a book I want that to be, because I've kind of come to the realization it's kind of impossible for me to write that as like a publishable, not that I wanted to publish it, but a publishable literary fiction novel, just because the backstories of the characters are ingrained in this very genre way. I'm actually planning on getting Lonan and Reeve to interact for a while in Mothwork 2, just because I miss her a lot. It's been like over a year since I've really written with her on the page, and I'd love to actually get the siblings to interact again, because they have a really cool dynamic as well. So this is Mothwork. Houses with Teeth is kind of in the middle. I work on it very infrequently, and then so 1, 2, and then The Sun Only Drowns Us is over here, and this is my publishable kind of literary fiction, adult lit fic novel. And right now, if you're wondering what my com titles are, I kind of am drawn to, obviously, Demigods by Eliza Robertson, The Girls by Emma Cline. Those are 2 really my favorite books. History of Wolves by Emily Fridland, because that can't not be a comp title for anything I write. And then Ghost Wall by Sarah Moss. I'm thinking I want this book to be around the size of Ghost Wall, like about 40,000 words. I don't even know if that counts as book length in literary fiction genre. Somebody has to tell me. I literally have no idea. So that's really nice. I have 3 distinct projects that are serving 3 distinct purposes, but I would also love to work on The Sun Only Drowns Us and finish a chapter so I can send it to my friends. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this update. This is probably where I'm gonna have to end this vlog, because this video is probably quite long now. So if so, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.